Hi, everyone. Today, I wanted to ask you, have you ever been wrong about something? Because I may have been wrong about a few things here or there in my life. Don't tell my husband, but I could be wrong. And once I discovered that I was actually wrong, it really shifted my whole perspective. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christine Garrison. I'm a health coach, and I help midlife women who are done with dieting stop their sabotaging beliefs and behaviors and learn to take practical, small steps in their health so that they can feel younger as they get older. So I call this my Twilight Saga. So the year was 2008, beginning of November around 2008. And if you recall that time, there was a worldwide phenomena going on at that time that was the Twilight books, and a Twilight movie was just about to come out. And I had lots of friends and family tell me, oh, you should read this book. It's so fun. We're loving it. You should read this book. And I would politely listen and nod my head and go, yeah, no thanks. I don't think it's really for me. And inside my mind, I'm thinking, I'm an adult woman and I don't read teen novels. That's what I was thinking internally. But I had so many family and friends tell me about this book and encourage me to read it that finally I was just like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Target and I'm going to get the cheapest copy I can find. It was probably $4.99. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to start reading it. And then when people tell me, oh, have you read it? I can legitimately say, yes, I tried to read it. But again, I'm an adult woman and I don't read teen novels. Okay. So sorry, it wasn't for me. So that's what I did. I went to Target. I bought the cheapest book. Had to go to the elementary school to pick up my kids. So I started reading it in my car as I was waiting for my kids to get out of school. And then, of course, then they all had dance classes afterwards. So we went to the dance studio and I kept on reading it at the dance studio. And by the time I got home, I was hooked. Oh my gosh. I was totally hooked. I cannot even believe it, but I was. And I read that first book in 2 days, and then I think I read the next three. I've read all four in like a 2-week period, because then the movie was coming out at the end of November, and then I went to see the movie. All like boom, all of a sudden from no, that's not for me to I got to be there when it opens, when it premieres. So, why am I talking about this? Why am I talking about Twilight as a health coach? And I promise I will make this all relate back to health. Because the problem I was having with Twilight was my identity, or was the story, the belief that I had in my own head, where I said, I'm an adult woman and I don't like teen novels. That was my story, my identity, my belief, right? Very often, and we all have our own stories, identities, and beliefs. Everyone does. We all make up our own stories. But very often, those stories or beliefs don't serve us anymore. Like maybe they were helpful and useful at one point in our life, but at this point in our life, no, you need to get a new story. So what if you have a story of, I have no willpower, or you have a story of, I can't resist sugar, or I hate to exercise, or it's all in my genetics. My whole family has this health issue. I'm going to have this health issue too. There's nothing I can do about it. What if that is your story, your identity, or your belief? And what if you're wrong? Like I was. I was totally wrong. And after I discovered I was wrong, I discovered an amazing community of fellow moms who enjoyed Twilight. And we had a blast watching the movies and talking about, yeah, we had so much fun with all of that. I'm so glad I did that. But if I had stuck with my old story and never kind of gave it a little test or a little experiment there, I would never have known. So that's why I'm bringing it all the way around to health, is looking at what are your stories, what are your beliefs, what is your identity that might be holding you back in your health. And thinking of the possibility, can you take one small step to kind of push that or experiment with that a little bit? Well, I've always thought that I can't resist sugar, but maybe I can test it out a bit. Maybe I can come up with a little tiny small step to see how that goes. Or you can also pretend you have amnesia and you literally forgot. Like whatever story, whatever identity you have in your own head, pretend you forgot that story or identity and you didn't have that. What would you do if that wasn't the story you were always telling yourself? If you're always saying, I don't have any willpower. But what if you forgot that story and you tried something? So that is my challenge for you maybe this week, is to look at your own stories, look at your own thoughts, your beliefs, your identities, and in what ways could those be holding you back, like they're not serving you anymore? What small step could you take to challenge that? If you would like any help with that, I do always offer a free 30-minute discovery chat, helping people get that first step in their health journey, that first small step going, get you off on the right foot. So if you would like to have a free 30-minute discovery chat with me, please feel free to message me here on Facebook, and we can connect and talk about your story or your thought or your belief that may be holding you back. Okay, hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.